Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome to episode 149 of the Jeffries Network on OpenTTD. That is insane, 149 episodes, and as you know, next episode will be 150. So, I'm going to do something a bit different to usual. You can already tell just by looking at the screen. This is the new thumbnail. It'll be the thumbnail from episodes 150 to 199. Yes, there will be 200 episodes of this series, I'm sure. It was made by Radeon, as I'm sure you know. Very good job, I would say. There's a couple of lines that are missing, but we had some conversation between the two of us, and we kind of agreed that it's very cluttered, particularly in the eastern side of the map, or technically the central bit of the map when you look at it like this. But it's the eastern side of the city. So we compromised, but I think overall it looks amazing. And I think what I like about it the most is when you look at the London tube map, you can always tell where the main stations are, main overground stations, because of where all the tube lines converge. And it's the same here. I'm moving my cursor around as if you can see what I'm doing, which is totally not the case. But you can tell where St. John is, right smack bang in the middle pretty much. St. George directly above it, slightly to the left. St. Mark almost directly below it. And then you got St. Peter and St. Michael out to the west. You can tell where all the main stations are just by the way that the lines converge together on the map. I think overall, Radeon's done a really good job. So this episode is mostly going to be looking at the thumbnail, telling you guys what episode 150 is going to be all about, and then introducing you to some new concepts that are being brought into the series as well, because I want to engage with you guys some more. Yeah, that doesn't sound wrong at all. That sounds fine. So, as I say, I've got the thumbnail open on a separate screen at the moment, so I can make reference to certain areas. As I said, pretty much in the middle, you've got St. John. Now, St. John was the first station we built on the entire map, and it's also probably the busiest station in terms of the number of lines going through it. There are, I'm just trying to count them, there's 3 underground or metro lines that go through St. John, running between St. Mark and St. John. There is also trying to remember what all the lines are called. I'm going to have to use the numbers because I can't remember the names right now. So you've got line 1, I believe, goes through St. John. Line 2 definitely goes through St. John. And line 7 goes through St. John. Now line 7 is the airport line, I remember that one. Because it starts at this airport down here, Guard City Pinfinberg Airport. Again, I'm talking as if you can see my cursor, which you can't. And it terminates over in the eastern side at Guard City Chapbourne Airport. That line will be recreated. I will have a new metro line in the new map that runs between 2 major airports. So I think that was a really cool feature. So what else has St. John got? It's also got I'm trying to look. Is that black or is that very dark green? Oh, I know which one it is. It's line B. It's the second City Connect line. That's why I couldn't see it on the metro side. Yeah, line B. That also runs through St. John, and then you've also got line 3. I think runs through St. John. A lot of lines run through St. John. I think we've established that. Head over to St. George, pretty much the same thing. It's not as busy as St. John, but it's still pretty busy. There you go, I've zoomed in a little bit. That makes life easier. I can actually see the colour of the lines now. And again, you can't see what I'm talking about, so I don't know why I'm doing it. But yeah, St. George. So overall, St. John has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines go through it, I think, give or take. St. George has 5 lines go through it, so it's not as busy. Also, St. Mark has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well, I think. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. St. Mark might be the busiest then, actually, looking at it. It might be St. Mark. St. Peter St. Michael only has 4 lines going through it. 5 if you count the one that terminates there. Also the circle line starts and ends there as well. So there's that too. Other things I like about this, you look at places like Watborn, it's got the connector blob going between all the different lines at Watborn. Tindhead has the connector blob, Gimple Bridge has the connector blob, Sletbridge Hotel right in the northwest corner. And the one I really like is Nuntberg South and Nuntberg East. They're two different stations, but just like where the overground sometimes has above ground connections to the underground, Reedy's included a connector blob there as well, which looks really, really cool. As I say, he's done an excellent job with this map. It is so much fun. I mean, I like maps anyway. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to maps, especially when it comes to tube maps like this. And I love looking around at all the different stations and seeing how all the lines were made. It doesn't feel like something that I've built. Like, this doesn't feel like my network. This feels like a real city somewhere in the world. And that's a good sign as to how good a job Reedy's done with this map. So as I say, this will be the thumbnail for the next 49 episodes. Actually no, sorry, 50 episodes if you include 150. It won't be the thumbnail for today's episode. Today will be the last episode with the original thumbnail that Reedy created for us. It's a bit sad in some cases. I don't normally like moving away from things onto new things, but I guess in this case there's such a good map replacing the existing one, I don't feel quite as bad in doing so. There are a couple of blips. If you look at Gruborn, you can see the line for the City Connect sort of goes in and then out again. As I say, there was some compromise to try and make sure everything fits together properly. It's nothing major. It doesn't ruin the map for me. It shouldn't ruin the map for you either. If it does, then I don't know what to say really. It's not our fault, that's for sure. Yeah, there are a couple of cases where lines are being bent sort of out of shape to fit in. But you get that on the tube map as well. If you look at the London tube map, you can see where there are lines that are well away from where they're supposed to be. There's a dog barking right outside my window, which is really annoying. Apologies if you can hear that. If you can't hear that, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the new map is coming along. I'm debating whether to get rid of the massive lake that we have in the centre of our new city, and actually turning it into maybe a river that runs through instead. That might be something that gets done off camera, but I'll show you guys in the next episode when we return to the map. And that segues quite nicely into what I'm about to say next. Episode 150 will not be on the new map. It will be back on the old map. It'll be a little tribute to the old map. I did promise you guys that I'd show you the lines. I still... The idea I've got in my head is... build a train that takes you down each line, but each individual line. So GSG up to Kufingfield, for example, and then GSG up to Playthingfield, and then I don't know, GSMA down to the junction station, which I can't remember the name of right now. That kind of thing. So each individual line will get showcased. Now I'm planning on doing 5 that will span next week. This Friday is going to be episode 150. That's basically going to be a massive network overview. A bit like one that I did not too long ago. Then the week after that will be episode 150A through to E. I think. A, B, C, D. Yeah, through to E. It's not that I can't remember my alphabet, it's just trying to turn letters into numbers. Algebra was never 100% my strong point. But yeah. We will be doing episodes 150A to 150E, each one showcasing a different main line on that old network. And then the week after that, we will be returning to the new map and kicking on from there. So I will be doing some off-camera work on the new map during these next couple of weeks. So there will be some changes when we come back next time. But I'm basically following up with what you people asked for. Hopefully I've interpreted it right. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into that. I think it's going to be a really awesome showcase. I've been inspired by a few videos that I've seen recently. So I feel that is probably the best tribute I could do for episode 150. Now I did also mention at the top of the video that there will be some new interactive elements in this series, and there will be. So, New Guard City is about 3 times bigger than the old one, I think, give or take. So this network map's going to be massive on the new city, if it ever gets made. That is, I'm not putting any pressure on anybody to make maps at this moment in time. Because it's going to be so big, there's going to be lots of new areas. So I am going to do some throwbacks. There will be, as you already know, there is a Bartholomew, which is on this map, just north of St. George, slightly north and to the east, on the red line and the pink line, I think. Yeah, and the grey line. That is grey, isn't it? Some of the colours are a bit meshed on my screen. That and the fact that I'm blind. I'm going blind in old age. But there will be some throwbacks. As you know, all the terminals are already in and they're already been named. So we have a St. Peter, we have a St. Michael, we have a St. Mark, a St. John, a St. George. We also have the new ones, St. Thomas, St. Christopher, and there is another one, I think. If there isn't, there will be, because I think I had an idea for another one. Guard City Exchange may be recreated. I haven't fully decided on that one either. If it is, it will of course be the high-speed hub of the city. Most of the lines going south this time. In the past we've gone west and to the north as well, but I think the map to the north isn't really stretched enough for us to go that way. So I think most of the lines will go to the south. But there will be some new areas of the city. Now, I like to get people involved. I like to get people suggesting names. So instead of using the comments section of YouTube, which can get a bit congested at times, trying to filter through and find suggestions, I instead, if you look in the description of this video and all future videos in this series, you will see a link to a Google Sheets document where you can put in the names or suggestions for anything you like, be it a town, a bus station, a tram station, a railway station, an airport, a docks, you know, suburbs of towns, whatever it might be. There will be a sheet set up for each individual one. All I ask is you do the following. Use the sheet as it was designed. Don't use it, you know, don't misuse it. If people continue to misuse it, I will take it down and it won't be featured anymore. I'm putting my faith and trust in you guys that you'll be able to use this properly, and so far, you know, I can't imagine anyone who watches my videos would misuse it, but you can't be too careful these days. So there will be a sheet for each individual one. Let's use railway station as an example. So again, I haven't fully finished the design right now, so I'm just talking off the top of my head. It will be based very similarly to what I'm about to say though, so there shouldn't be too much difference between what I'm about to say and what will actually be on there when you go via the link. There will be a column for you to put in the name of the station, whatever it might be. Again, please keep it family friendly, don't misuse it or anything like that. There will then be a column asking what type of rail link you want it to be. So metro or suburban, high speed, whatever it might be. And then there'll be a column that asks you to put in your YouTube username so that I know who to give credit to when I put it in an episode. Again, don't misuse this. Anything you put in and then you put your name in, it will be attributed to you. So, as I say, if you put something in that's stupid, and I'm not talking about stupid name suggestions, I'm talking about, you know, hi mum or anything like that, I will call you out because you're going to put your name next to it. And if there's a suggestion that doesn't have a username next to it, it won't get used. So it's as simple as that. If you want your idea to be used, you have to put your name in so I know who to give credit to. Otherwise it won't get selected. So as I say, there'll be one for each type of transport. There'll also be one for town. There'll also be one for suburb. There may also be one for regions. So we'll end up with like counties in England type thing. I want to make this world as immersive and as realistic as possible. So that will mean there will be regions, there will be counties, there will be county lines. There will be different jurisdictions, shall we say, in each county. Each county will have a limit to the number of stations, airports, docks, whatever it might be. There will be some artistic license, shall we say, for some areas. But I want you guys to be a part of this. You know, I've gone around so far and I've built the city and I've thrown some names around. And I don't feel like the new city, especially, people have had that many chances to get involved and actually have parts of the city named after them. So there will be a new area being put in somewhere called St. James. in tribute to Reedy. Whether that is a station or just an area of the city, I haven't decided yet. But I feel this is the third iteration, I think now, of map he's created for us, and each one's got better and better each time, so I feel like some tribute is deserved. So that's going to happen. Anyone else wants to have anything named after themselves? Again, as long as it's a sensible name, you know where to go now. So follow the link in the description, it'll take you to the doc, and you can add in whatever you want to add in. That's about it, I think, for this episode. I've talked for a little while now, 15 minutes. I didn't think it was going to be that long. You've been staring at a map for the full 15 minutes. You've probably memorized it by now. There isn't a quiz, don't worry. But this gives you an idea as to what the new city is going to look like as well, in terms of station layout. So I'm going to go away off camera and add in some more stuff, like I said. You guys can get busy in the document if you wish. I'll be checking it almost daily, especially when I'm just about to record a video. So don't worry if you've put something in and you don't think it's going to get read. It will. It will get read. And as I say, the best ones will be picked and called out. The worst ones, maybe not so much. But I'm sure you guys are okay with that. But apart from that, that is it for today's episode. So Friday, as I said, there will be a massive network overview. And then next week, there will be the individual line tours. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you enjoyed the series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. Also head over to the document and drop your ideas in there as well. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.